Welcome to Whiskey's a Journey. My name is Peter Fasciano.
And I'm Mary Bridget Fasciano, Peter's sister.
And this is my channel segment that I'm calling Sip It.
Or Skip It.
Or Skip It. So if you are new to this channel and you're unfamiliar with the series, I have all of my whiskeys randomized on my phone. I have a spin the wheel app. I'm just going to spin it, whatever it selects. I'm going to pull it off the shelf. We're going to do a quick review and then let you know if we are going to keep sipping on the bottle until it's gone and then replace it because we like it or because I like it because it's my money, not your money. Or if we don't like it, then I'm going to skip buying the bottle again and I'm going to move on to something else and see if there's something else out there that I'm going to like. Would you like to do the honors?
I would love to do the honors.
All right.
So here we go.
Yep, just a minute.
Let's see what we're drinking.
Anticipation kills me every time. Oh, Blue Run Emerald. All right. Thankfully, this is not a peated scotch, so my sister will like this, I think. But let me go ahead and grab this, and then we'll pour it, do a quick review, and then let you know what you think about it. We'll let you know what we think about it.
I always get nervous when I decide to do these with you that you're going to do something peated.
All right, so here we go. We've got the Blue Run. I don't necessarily know if this is going to show up because of the eyes, but we got a Blue Run Kentucky Straight Emerald Rye Whiskey. This is a 10/21/22 bottling. So all of the information for the whiskey is right here. And the price that I paid for it is $109.99. It looks like this is cask strength. So we're going to pour it, nose it, taste it, and then...
Oh, that's the wrong segment.
Yeah, but either way, we still do that.
Right.
Pour it, nose it, and taste it. But this one, I'm not really going to talk about it all that much because the information is not really important. At this point, it's just if we like it or not. Holy cow, I can smell the rye.
Oh, I thought you were holy cowing me because I poured too much in my glass.
This smells like a pine forest.
I do remember you bringing this. I don't remember what it tasted like, but I do remember you bringing this to the house because I think I remember commenting that I liked the butterfly, that I thought like the glass with the metal was a nice touch.
This seems to be not necessarily a polarizing bottle, but I think somehow, some way, somebody in the advertising department from Nike got involved with this whole packaging, and I think people are a little bit riled up, saying that they're concentrating more on how fancy the bottle looks rather than the quality of the whiskey that is actually in the bottle.
But some people like that.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it makes you pick up the bottle and try it. Like I know a lot of times when I'm in a bookstore, I pick up a book and purchase a book based on what the cover looks like.
Did you ever bet on horse racing or dogs?
Yes, and I used to bet on the prettiest horses, and
There you go.
a lot of times they would win.
Yeah. If you are interested in the Sip It and Skip It tallies up to this point, I have a document linked into the description if you want to see what I've done.
Do you remember what you're
It's all
at so
there.
far?
I think this might be, we're close to 70 episodes of Sip It or Skip It.
But do you remember where you're at? Like
I'm almost even now.
Even?
All through, are you getting pine just sitting here? I think all through December and the first two Sip It or Skip It's in January have all been skips. So I'm almost pretty close to being even with all of the episodes that I've done. Half of the bottles I would skip, half of the bottles I'd buy again. That's right. And maybe this is because I'm coming off of the Old Elk. I get a bubblegum note in here. Every time I go through whiskey tasting or whiskey drinking, I go in waves. Sometimes I get a tremendous amount of chocolate in all of the bourbons that I'm drinking or the rye or whatever it is I'm drinking. But lately, what I've been doing is getting bubblegum. And I don't know if bubblegum denotes or is an indication that it's young whiskey that's in the bottle or not. But this, to me, smells like somebody stuck a bubblegum, like, is it Hubba Bubba? To a pine tree. And that's what I'm getting.
Interesting. So you would call that a sweetness?
Yeah, I would say
like
it's sweet.
Like a bubblegum
It's almost
scent
like
to me would be a sweet scent.
Like an herbal sweetness. Get a little bit of spice.
I get the spice. I don't get the pine. Like, I guess, oh, wait. That was just menthol.
Yeah, menthol I think is a popular note in rye whiskeys as well.
That's total menthol. Are you getting the menthol?
Not sure yet. Even power of suggestion. So let's go ahead and get this on the
Okay.
palate and see if we
Like it.
get anything.
That tastes like a rye.
It does. And for everybody that has followed this channel for a while, you know, I'm not the biggest rye fan. Not that I don't like rye. It's just not my favorite profile of whiskey to drink.
It's not necessarily what you would grab off the shelf if you were
Right.
drinking it for yourself.
Right. I pretty much relegate my ryes to mixers,
Mixed drinks.
into mixed drinks.
But she's been making me a lot of Vukaris lately over the holiday, and
Yep.
they're very
they've
lovely.
Been, yeah, they've been good. So this, to me, when I don't remember this tasting as sweet as it's tasting now.
I don't remember what it tasted like when I tasted it when you brought it to my house.
I've got like tingling on the side of my cheeks. I think that might be the ABV. Sometimes that comes across as like effervescence, like it's a little bit carbonated. I get that in the mouth. The sweetness is there. I don't really think that I'm picking up menthol, but the ABV is pretty good. It's significant. I'm feeling a pretty good warmth in the chest, and it's right here in my throat.
That's funny because I get menthol. Like that's almost all I'm getting. Getting. That was a weird way of saying getting. Getting. That's all I'm getting.
Is it good or bad?
I don't like it.
You don't like menthol?
Sorry. I just gave you a clue as to what whether it's a sip or a skip for me. Yeah, not
Not your favorite
not
profile?
my favorite. No.
Yeah, ryes to me just come across, typically, I usually get certain profile in ryes. It's almost like an herbal tea. Sometimes there's a dill, a menthol, spearmint, or like pine notes. And this, for me, like I've already said, kind of leans more towards the Hubba Bubba bubble gum stuck to a pine tree, maybe with a little bit of sap coming out of it. That's where I'm at. But that was our first sip. So
Oh, yes, it was our first sip.
how big of a sip are you taking? Did I pour this the wrong way?
Yes.
I poured it the right way because I have whiskey in my glass. So, yeah, it's bubblegum. It's bubblegum. And maybe the peppermint is the spice that I'm getting. Peppermint, spearmint. And maybe I'm confusing that with a spice, like a pepper spice, but who knows? I'm all messed up.
But we love you. Or at least
Thanks.
I love you.
Thanks. So I'm going to get that second sip down.
Okay, me too. My second sip.
So from the first to second sip, I think the ethanol is, I'm kind of used to it. So I don't really get that big ethanol blast. It still is pretty warming in the chest, which is always pretty good. You know, you get that alcohol warmth, but it doesn't really seem to be changing at all. It's consistent from the first to the second sip. I get the sweetness.
Try a third sip, and
I get a,
what are you doing?
I'm sharing. I'm kind-hearted. So
But
I'm
I
sharing
said I
with
didn't
you.
like it, so why
So-
would you give me more?
So it's not developing. That's my point. It's not developing from the first sip to the second sip. What we got initially is what we're getting.
Okay.
I think there's,
Are you speak for yourself?
what I'm getting is the same. From my first sip to my second sip, the bubblegum, that now I'm guessing it's the peppermint instead of pepper or spice or the rye spice. For the price of this bottle, yeah, that's a hard sell.
Yeah.
And going forward, and I probably should have been doing this for the past year because prices of whiskey are just astronomical these days, and they have been for quite a while.
Moving on up.
Yeah, I don't really think there's much more to say about this.
Other than maybe I need to try it in a old fashioned or a
Well, yeah, and
Vauquerie.
that sucks too because the price of this
right.
to dump into
To
a
dump into a mixed drink.
a mixed drink,
A
people
mixer.
are like, "What are you doing? You're crazy." But it's our whiskey. I can do what I want with it. It was my money.
That's right.
And sometimes, even a rye whiskey that you don't like, you might just like it for the proof, and there might be something that you can get out of it within a cocktail. Or something that you can also do is try to blend it with other rye whiskeys.
Oh.
And see if you can come up with a special blend that you end up liking more.
So I always, because I'm curious as to your opinion, based on the profile of this, what kind of a rye whiskey would you blend it with to try to balance what you don't like out of it?
I think this is a pretty sweet rye whiskey. And I know High West. High West makes a double rye that really has a decent amount of rye flavors. So I wonder if we mix those two together, if we can actually come out with something a little bit more appealing. But that's going to be for a different video.
Really?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, yes. Absolutely for a different
Oh, you were
video.
actually, you want to try it.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
we can put it in the blooper, not bloopers.
It's not going to be
but
bloopers
whatever
because
you
we didn't
call
make
it.
any mistakes at all in this video. So let me grab the.
Oh, what did I
you
just do?
break?
I just made a mistake. I
So
don't know
let me
what
go
I
ahead and
dropped.
grab the High West double rye, another Glencairn, and then we'll mix this
We'll
really
try it
quick
and see if it makes it
and
better.
see what it does.
See, good things happen when I show up. Well, we'll see if it's a good thing because we may be making it worse. That's not the High West.
This was the High West.
Oh, I thought you were going to pour High West in here and we were each going to pour a little in our glass.
Nope.
So you are going to drink out of the same glass as me. That's what I thought you were going to do originally, and then
Smells like crap.
you just wasted all this.
It's rye whiskey. We can throw it into a cocktail.
Okay.
So smell that. This smells like burnt heron chutney. Here, smell this.
This smells like crap. Smell this.
And people smell it.
They do. You do it all the time. I'm like, this tastes awful. Here, taste this. And he always does.
I'm your younger brother. I got to do what she tells me to do.
Now this to me now smells like a cleaning solvent, like something that I would
Clean a stove with.
like clean my bathroom with or something. There's like
yeah,
a
there's an astringency to
yes,
this.
like a bleachy
Because
like
Lysol.
floral- yes.
Lysol has a pine scented Lysol.
maybe maybe
That's exactly
what
what exactly what this is.
let's hope it doesn't taste like Lysol.
Go ahead.
I'm waiting.
Go ahead. Try it.
You scare me.
I'm gonna scoot in here.
Yeah, don't do that at home.
I think this flattened both of them out.
Well, we didn't taste that with that by itself.
But we know
yes,
we know
you
what it tastes like.
Well, you
I
know
don't.
what it tastes like.
It didn't do it any favors. That's for sure.
So that was a bad idea, Mary Bridget.
But you never know until you do it.
Right.
So, and that's the beauty of the blending. So, just to make this official, is this going to be a sip or a skip for me? Based on the price, based on me not necessarily being that big of a fan of rye whiskeys, this does have a sweeter note to it other than other rye whiskeys. But what is in the glass, I'm not that fond of. Has nothing to do with the marketing, has nothing to do with the bottle. It has everything to do with the whiskey that's actually in the glass. So officially, this is going to be a skip for me.
You're always so, I don't want to say politically correct, but like, you would have been a really good person when you broke up with a woman. Like, saying nice things about it and then letting it down easy. Like always, every time I watch his videos, he does that. Like, compliments it in a way that is still not a great compliment, but then says he doesn't like it in the end.
Right.
For me, I'm like, the bottle's beautiful. It tastes like it's going to be a skip for me, too.
Well, the whole idea here is I'm not here to bash anything. The whiskey could be the worst I've had in my entire life. But you have to remember, there are people behind this brand that are making a living making this. And me sitting here bashing it does not help anybody. It doesn't make me feel good. It doesn't make the people that are behind the brand that are making it feel any better. This is a whiskey review channel, and I've got to keep an open mind when I do my reviews and just give my honest opinion without being a jerk about not liking the whiskey. So there is always going to be a positive part to a whiskey, plain and simple. So I just want to make sure that I'm not upsetting people by saying anything dramatically negative about it. 'Cause
Totally.
there's always something.
Leave that to me. I've always been the blunt one.
The
in
optimist and
family.
the pessimist.
But I'm not a pessimist.
No, I know you're not. I know.
I'm just very.
Yeah.
I say it like it is.
Yeah.
And you let people down easy because you're nice.
So
There you go.
yeah, so that's where we're going to leave it today. Unfortunately, it's a skip for me.
For me.
I'm going to be taking a look at other places to put my money towards a rye whiskey. So wherever you're at in your journey, I hope you're enjoying it. And until the next time, we'll talk to you later. Cheers.
Cheers. I'm setting that down. I'm not going to drink that.
That was my third sip.
I've only had 2.
I know.
You can put that in a bouquet for me.
Okay, we'll do that. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.